The United Nations has 193 member states, which kind of means there are 193 countries on the planet, but in reality, there's a load more. This is down to the fact that certain places aren't considered countries by the whole world, and some places which are considered countries are dependent on other nations for certain aspects and don't appear at the UN. This video could feature way more places, but we have to draw a line in the sand somewhere on this matter. Sorry to anyone watching from the Isle of Man or the Kingdom of Lovely. Don't blame me, blame the UN. So we are just focusing on those 193 UN fully fledged United Nations members for this video, and logically that would dictate that we have 193 country names. But once again, that isn't entirely the case. There are certain words which crop up in multiple country names. The most reoccurring word in country names is seemingly the, which pops up 17 times in country names. The is seen in the Bahamas, the Central African Republic, the Czech Republic, the Dominican Republic, the Gambia, the Marshall Islands, the Netherlands, the Philippines, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, the United States of America, and it appears twice in the names the Republic of the Congo and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The second most popular word in a country name is and, appearing 6 times. Antigua and Barbuda, Bosnia and Herzegovina, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Sao Tome and Principe, and Trinidad and Tobago. Republic crops up 5 times. The Central African Republic, the Republic of the Congo, the Czech Republic, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the Dominican Republic. The most reoccurring word which is more definitively used for a country name, however, is Guinea, which features in 4 country names: Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, and Papua New Guinea. Of, United, Saint, and South feature 3 times each, with the 3 of nations being the Republic of the Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the United States of America. The United States is one of those 3 united countries, along with the United Kingdom and the United Arab Emirates. The 3 Saint countries are St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the 3 South countries are South Africa, South Korea, and South Sudan. Finally, there's a lot of words which appear twice in country names. There's 2 new countries, New Zealand and Papua New Guinea, 2 islands, the Marshall Islands and Solomon Islands, the 2 Congos of the Republic and the Democratic Republic, the 2 Koreas, North and South, 2 countries with North in their name, the aforementioned North Korea as well as North Macedonia, as well as 2 Sudans, Sudan and South Sudan, and kind of 2 countries with Africa in their name, with South Africa and the Central African Republic. What this shows us is that there's actually a selection of countries which have no unique words in their name. Take South Sudan an example. Neither of the 2 words in this name are unique to it, as South appears in a couple other country names and Sudan also makes up the name of Sudan. North Korea and South Korea share this feature too, as North and South crop up in other country names and Korea appears in both of their names too. But these are all words which appear in every country name more than once. Beyond words, there are reoccurring word-forming elements which crop up in multiple country names too. The most common has to be the "ia" suffix. This is found in no less than 39 country names, those being Albania, Algeria, Armenia, Australia, Austria, Bolivia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Cambodia, Colombia, Croatia, Estonia, Ethiopia, the Gambia, Georgia, India, Indonesia, Latvia, Liberia, Lithuania, North Macedonia, Mauritania, Micronesia, Mongolia, Namibia, Nigeria, Romania, Russia, St. Lucia, Saudi Arabia, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Somalia, Syria, Tanzania, Tunisia, and Zambia. This number can actually be made into a neat 40 if we include Czechia too. This is followed by the suffix of land, which is found in 9 country names: Finland, Iceland, Ireland, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Poland, Swaziland, which is apparently still its official name according to the UN and not Eswatini, Switzerland, and Thailand. Stan then pops up in 7 country names: Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Something else I wanted to investigate was the amount of pluralized words which appear in these country names too. I think there's 9. The Bahamas, the Maldives, the Marshall Islands, the Netherlands, the Philippines, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Solomon Islands, the United Arab Emirates, and the United States of America, which as far as I can tell is the only country name that features a plural word not at the end. But we can go even deeper than just words and word-forming elements that appear in these names. What if we broke it all down to a letter-by-letter basis? Well, collectively, all 193 of these country names account for 1,652 different letters. This accounts for every letter of the alphabet. Even those more tricky letters make multiple appearances. X appears twice in the names of countries thanks to Luxembourg and Mexico. This also makes it the least reoccurring letter in a country name. Q makes 4 appearances in Qatar, Equatorial Guinea, Iraq, and Mozambique, and Z makes a surprising 16 appearances. It's found in Azerbaijan, Belize, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Brazil, the Czech Republic, Kyrgyzstan, Mozambique, New Zealand, Swaziland, Switzerland, Tanzania, Uzbekistan, Venezuela, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. If someone asked me how many Zs appeared in country names, I would have said like maybe 2. It's way more common than I thought it would be. Though these are tiny numbers when compared to the most reoccurring letter, that going to A. A appears no less than 270 times in all these country names. I'm not going to list them all here, but you can see for yourself. This is followed by I with 158 appearances. That's 100 less than A, which shows us just how dominant A is. The third most popular letter is N, appearing 144 times. That's way more than I thought it would pop up, and it makes it the most reoccurring consonant too. There's more N's than E's, which I didn't expect, with there being 130 E's. The last letter which appears over 100 times is R, with 102 appearances. There are certain letters I thought would appear way more, like T, which is only found 84 times, M only 56 times, H only 38 times, K only 20 times, F only 10 times, and J only crops up 7 times in all of these country names. Though something that is neat is that B and C both have an equal 50 appearances. One that really surprised me was S, which only features 79 times. S is one of the most commonly used letters, so I thought it would be way more commonplace. Yet despite this, it takes a different crown entirely, as S is the letter which starts the most country names. A whopping 26 country names start with this letter, those being St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, San Marino, Sao Tome and Principe, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, Solomon Islands, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Suriname, Swaziland, Sweden, Switzerland, and Syria. There's a country starting with pretty much each letter of the alphabet, with the only ones missing being W and X. Seriously, how do you have a country starting with W? X I get, but W? Someone go sort that out or something. Meanwhile, O, Q, and Y only get one country each: Oman, Qatar, and Yemen. Oman also gets the title of shortest country name, consisting of just 4 letters. It isn't alone in this group, however, as there's 9 other countries that consist of just 4 letters too, those being Chad, Cuba, Fiji, Iran, Iraq, Laos, Mali, Peru, and Togo. There are some cases of names getting shorter than this. We technically have a 3-letter country name with the USA and UAE if we include those. We can even go with just 2 letters if we include the UK. As for the longest name, that goes to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with 6 words and 36 letters. The largest single word that appears in any country name, however, is seemingly Liechtenstein, which is made up of a whopping 13 letters. Turkmenistan is just behind it with 12. These are some really interesting stats and facts, and honestly, I don't know what you're meant to do with them, other than just share them with your friends, I suppose. A while back, I did a video similar to this with president names, and I've wanted to do another one like it ever since really. But we aren't done, however, as this is only kind of half the story here. The names I've been covering are only these countries' short names, the names that most of us know them as and refer to them as on a regular basis. Most countries actually have longer official names that go under too. If we look into these longer names, we add all other kinds of words and letters into the mix. These longer names result in of being the most common word, appearing in 155 of these names. This is followed by Republic, which features 128 times, way up from the 5 times it appeared in the short names. Kingdom is found in 17 names, Federal/Federative/Federated 9 times, and 8 times, Peoples 5 times, United 5 times, up from the 3 times it appeared in short names thanks to the United Mexican States and the United Republic of Tanzania. Then we have the word the. In these official long names, it technically appears 12 times, but it could appear at the start of pretty much all of these names if we choose to include it. It can be confusing. As for individual letters, that goes up to a total of 3,566. I actually becomes top dog here with 346 appearances. A is second now with 330. E is in third place in these names with 323 appearances, while O goes from a mere 93 appearances to 289, thanks to all those ofs I imagine. R becomes the most common consonant this time around with 256 appearances. In other places, D has a neat 100 appearances and S boosts up to 110. J, Q and X meanwhile stick with their respective 7, 4 and 2. One that's really interesting is Z. We actually lose a Z in these long names, from 16 appearances down to 15. This is down to Switzerland's official name being the Swiss Confederation. The shortest of these official names is seemingly Japan, with just 5 letters. It doesn't get a longer name like the Republic of Japan or anything. And as for the longest name, well, that goes to none other than my home. The country's official name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. That's a whopping 9 words long and composed of 56 letters. What's interesting here is that technically, the United Kingdom not only has the longest name, but also kind of the shortest name if we include the title of UK. It can go from 56 letters to just 2. And finally, for those wondering, no, I didn't use AI to get these results. I simply typed out all these country names and Control F the hell out of them, like a grown up. Name Explain depends on viewers like yourself supporting the channel financially on Patreon, so a huge thank you to everyone who does. Donating just $1 a month helps the channel amazingly and gets you bonuses including ad-free videos, exclusive content, the power to request ideas to be made into actual Name Explain videos, and your name at the end of the video with all these awesome people. Visit patreon.com/NameExplain or click the link down below to find out how you too can support the channel. Thank you. Thanks for reaching the end of the video. Why not watch another and subscribe to keep up to date on all things Name Explain. You can find myself on Instagram where I'm NameExplainYT and join the Facebook group Friends of Name Explain to talk with myself and other name nerds. All that will be linked down below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and once again, thank you all so much.